Hey everyone, welcome back to MNMM PTE NAATI. This is Manmohit. Now guys, in today's video, we are going to discuss about the retail lecture topic of your PTE exam, and especially after the recent changes, we know there is going to be a bit of a human intervention now. So this method that I would be explaining in this today's video, I can assure you one thing, that whenever you go and give your exam, even if a human being is going to pick your answer, even if your exam is being flagged, as in responses are being flagged, you will still be getting a perfect score. As I have myself tested, Mohit has himself tested this exact method in our real exams that we gave. Scores are in front of you. We have been able to get a perfect 90 using this method, and this is especially after the recent changes. So we are definitely confident on what we are sharing over here, and our students are getting their desired score, whether it's 65, 79, or even a perfect 90, like 90 each in their exam, using the exact same method that I'm going to teach you in today's video. So please make sure you watch it right up to the end, just so that you know exactly what needs to be done, what happens, what things to do, what things to avoid. Every single thing is going to be discussed in detail in today's video. Before I proceed, if you need any help and support with your PTE exam, whether it's PTE Academic or PTE Core, you can reach out to us on either Instagram or Facebook. Links are in the description box, or simply search for M&M PTE NAATI, and you will find us there. Message us and we'll have a chat on how we'll help you to clear these exams in the very first go. We do provide online coaching ourselves, one-on-one feedback every single day. All those things are discussed. All those things can be discussed on Instagram or Facebook. And same goes for Nati, Hindi, Punjabi, or Gujarati. We ourselves teach those languages. Again, you can reach out to us and we'll make sure you clear these exams in a very first go. Now, let's start with this one. So, retail lecture topic. This is how the question is going to look like in your real exam. There's two different ways the topic looks like. Depending on whenever you go and give your exam, you may get a question with an image and you may get a question without an image, but then it does not really make any difference. All you have to focus on is the actual audio that is being played, the audio that you're going to listen, taking notes, and speaking out your answer, which we are going to discuss in today's video. But this is just a slight difference on how these two topics look like. Now, few things to keep in mind. Now, we know that it is going to give you marks in your listening and speaking section. One thing I can clarify right now is, even if your response is being flagged and a human being is going to assess your answer, they are simply going to focus on the content part of it. So they are not going to worry about your accent, your speed, your fluency. All those things are still being marked by a computer. It's only the content part which can be, and that's the keyword over here with an asterisk, that it can be checked by a human being if it's picked up. So three things that we have got in our retail lecture topic, and that's fluency, pronunciation, and content. Because it's a speaking task, obviously it does involve fluency and pronunciation, but at the same time, content is going to be extremely important as well for you to get your scores towards your listening section. Now, fluency and pronunciation has everything to do with your speaking section. So it's pretty much about how much of a flow do you have while you speak. It's nothing to do with your accent or anything. You can still focus and speak any accent that you currently have. Computer is not going to give you marks on the basis of what accent are you speaking in the exam. It's all about your smoothness in your speech. Like, are you making sure your answer is sounding very smooth? Are you speaking in a consistent speed is all they are looking for while giving you marks for your fluency. Pronunciation is all about clarity of your words. The way you are speaking your answer, the way you are speaking your words, are they sounding clear or not? It's all about the clarity. If you're opening up your mouth as wide as you can or not, the words that are coming out, are they sounding clear to a computer? Can a computer understand you properly or not? It's all about the pronunciation and clarity factor. And content is, are you speaking what was said in the audio, or are you creating something by yourself, or are you repeating the same content again and again? Are you speaking some keywords, or are you actually speaking the phrases that the computer is going to give you the marks on the basis of? And that is exactly my next point. Phrases or keywords. We, in our history of teaching PT from the last 8 years, we have never ever recommended anyone to go for keywords. They are not going to do anything for you. If you are someone who's aiming for 50 or below, yes, by all means, use your keywords. But if you are someone aiming for 65, 79, or a perfect 90, keywords is a no, like it's a no-go. You just cannot do that. It is not going to give you any marks. And especially after the recent changes, if your answer gets flagged and you have just spoken out the keywords, like you have taken the single words out of the audio, you can expect a complete zero in your response, and that's a done deal. Please make sure we are supposed to take phrases from our audio. Now, what's a phrase? Phrase means group of words, more than one word. We recommend taking a phrase which is of 3 words at least. 3 words coming in a row, 3 words coming in a sequence. If my sentence was, today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, my phrases could be, today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, is a bright. So my point is any 3 words that are coming together. So you can't have today is Adelaide. You can't have bright, sunny, Adelaide. So you can't have 2 words and then a break and then another word. That will not be a 3 word phrase. 3 word phrase simply means 3 words coming in a row. And that is our target that is going to be when we listen to any audio. And how many phrases we have to take? We recommend now, after the changes, we recommend taking 12 phrases at least from any given audio. Now, obviously, if an audio is 40, 45, 50 seconds, it may not be possible to get 12 phrases, and computer and Pearson understands that. But if an audio is a minute or longer than that, 12 phrases is what we would absolutely recommend, because you also have to make sure, and that's my next point, you have to speak for more than 30 seconds. If you speak less than 30 seconds now, there is a high chance that your answer would be flagged. And if your answer is flagged, it puts you at a bit of a risk where a human being may not be giving you a full score considering your response was not enough. Can we use a template? Absolutely, yes. I would be sharing a template just after this slide, just so that you can take a picture of that. I would also be putting the link for that template in our description box. You can even download that from there and keep it handy. Memorize that. It is absolutely working. Like I said, me and Mohit have ourselves given the exam after the changes, and we ourselves have got a perfect 90 in that. So yes, template absolutely works. Taking notes and be aware of your markers. Obviously, we have to take notes, that's one thing, but be aware of your markers, meaning when you go and give your exam, guys, you will be given 2 markers at the very beginning of your exam. Now, those are very thin markers. And if you leave the cap open for like 10 to 15 seconds, the ink is going to dry up and the markers may not work after that. So this is my recommendation over here, that when you are about to take notes for your Retell lecture, please make sure that the caps of your markers are closed. And when that audio starts, you then open up the cap of your marker and then you start taking notes. It's a very basic thing that I'm saying over here, but students do struggle with that when they do not really keep this thing in mind, and when they have the cap open, and what happens is when the audio starts to play, their marker stops working, they panic, they get stressed, they change the marker, but you cannot listen to the same audio twice and the time is running away. So we can't really be in that situation where our markers are not ready. So that's just a basic thing, like I said, but it's going to be very helpful for you. So these were few things that I wanted to share for this one. Now, this is the template that we have got over here. You can take a picture of this if you want, or you can simply download it from the description box. You can even print it out, write it down, whichever way you want to. Memorize that, as this is going to help you a lot. Let's understand what the template is all about. The first sentence is, the lecture is talking about, in bracket, we've got 3 phrases. So we are going to take 3 phrases from the audio and we're going to speak all those 3 phrases in a row. No need to add connectors or anything. All you're going to do is speak those 3 phrases out and be done with that. And then it is, which is important to the understanding of what speaker wanted to explain. So that's part of your template. But all you're going to do is taking 3 phrases from the audio, speaking all 3 together without adding any connectors in that and without making any sense. It is not compulsory and mandatory for you to make a sense out of 3 phrases. All you're going to do is take those 3 phrases, combine them without taking any pause in between, without adding any connectors in between, and without making any sense out of it. And then speaking all 3 together and speaking it out in form of a sentence. Next one, it also denotes the key aspects like another 3 phrases. So you're not going to repeat the same 3 phrases again, but a different 3 phrases that you would have taken out from the audio. Again, speaking all 3 together without any pause, without any breaks, without adding any connectors, without trying to make any sense out of it. Third sentence, in addition to that, the lecture highlighted main points such as another 3 phrases. And final sentence, which is the most important one, to conclude this lecture, the speaker places emphasis on another 3 phrases. So in total, we are going to have 12 phrases, 3 phrases in each sentence. Now, like I said, guys, this is the bare minimum. If you get a longer audio, let's say the audio is 1 minute, 10 seconds, 15, 20, 25, even 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is the maximum you can get, you're not going to stop at 12 phrases from the audio. Take as many as you can. Obviously, we're not going to exceed 40 seconds of our response when we're supposed to speak, but More phrases are not going to do any harm. It's definitely going to benefit you. If you can take 14, 15, 17, 18 phrases, be my guest. Do that. The more the phrases you have, the better your chance of getting a full score. And yes, if an audio is a shorter one, you can even just take as many phrases as you can from the audio itself. But an ideal scenario is if an audio is a minute long, you have to take 12 phrases out of that given audio of a minute length. The word in the phrases must be in sequence. Now, I'm not talking about the phrases themselves, but the words in the phrases. So, for example, my sentence was, today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, right? My phrase is bright sunny day, 3 words. Now, I can't say day, sunny, bright. This is what I mean by when I say your words in the phrase have to be in sequence. Bright sunny day need to come in the sequence. Phrases can be jumbled, that's absolutely fine, but the words in a phrase needs to be in the sequence. That's my point over here. And you will need to speak over 30 seconds to be considered for a full score. So it's a condition now. They have mentioned in the recent changes when they came up with that article that your response needs to be above 30 seconds, because if you're speaking less than 30 seconds, that means you're not justifying the response. You're not giving enough content to the computer is what they are trying to say over here. So we, just to be on the safe side, have to make sure our response is above 30 seconds. Now what I would do is I'll be playing an audio for all of you. I want you to take a notebook and pen and try to take as many phrases as you can from this given audio at the same time. Take those notes, take those phrases, and then after that, I will share with you what phrases have I taken out of that given audio. And then I will also speak out the response just so that you know exactly what needs to be done after this. So please make sure you try to take some notes just so that it helps you. So I'm just going to play the audio now.
In today's lecture, I'm delighted to take you back in time to explore the historical impact of the Silk Road. This ancient network of trade routes not only facilitated the exchange of goods but also acted as a bridge between civilizations, cultures, and ideas. The Silk Road, spanning from China to the Mediterranean, was instrumental in the trade of precious goods like silk, spices, tea, and gold. However, its significance extends beyond commerce. It was a conduit for cultural exchange, allowing for the movement of philosophies, religions, and even artistic styles across continents. This cross-cultural interaction played a crucial role in the development of the societies it connected. For example, the Silk Road facilitated the spread of Buddhism from India to East Asia and brought Chinese inventions like paper and gunpowder to the West. The legacy of the Silk Road is a testament to the power of connectivity and exchange. It shows how the interaction of diverse cultures can lead to the enrichment and advancement of human societies. In conclusion, the Silk Road was more than just a trade route. It was a symbol of cultural synthesis and collaboration that shaped the course of history, reminding us of the value of open exchange and interconnectedness in our globalized world.
So this was the audio. Now, the phrases that I have taken from the audio are these ones. So I've listed them nicely in 12. As you can see, I've got 3, 3, 3, and then 4 because it was a bit longer audio. So instead of taking 12 phrases, like I said, if you can take more, prefer taking more. That's absolutely fine. You can add more number of phrases in your last sentence. You can even divide it in all your sentences. Let's say I've got 4 extra phrases at the end. I can add 1 phrase at the beginning, 1 phrase in my second sentence, another phrase in my third sentence, and the final phrase in my fourth sentence. So you can, like I said, they do not deduct marks for not having the phrases in sequence, right? So your phrases can be jumbled. That's absolutely fine. So if you have any extra phrases at the end, you can even divide it equally, or you can just extend the length of your last sentence. That's completely your choice. All that matters is how much content you're giving to the computer on your actual response. So the phrases I have taken is take you back, impact of the Silk Road, not only facilitated. Now, when I'm going to speak these 3 phrases together, I'm not going to make any sense out of it and not add any connectors in between. All I'm going to say is take you back, impact of the Silk Road, not only facilitated. All 3 in a row without taking any pauses or breaks, without adding any connectors, and without trying to make any sense out of it. And this is exactly what I'm going to do in my actual response. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you the response that I've crafted over here alongside my template, and I'll speak it out as well, just so you know what a sample answer would sound like and how am I actually supposed to speak out my answer. Right now, what you see on your screen is in the black words, it's your template, and in the green, it's your actual content. And as you can see, I've taken my phrases and I've just written them down exactly like that, not adding any connectors or making any grammatical sense out of it. So this is how my response is going to sound like. The lecture is talking about Take You Back, impact of the Silk Road, not only facilitated, which is important to the understanding of what speaker wanted to explain. It also denotes the key aspects like spanning from China, trade of precious significance extends beyond. In addition to that, the lecture highlighted main points such as the movement of styles across continents, crucial role in. To conclude this lecture, the speaker placed emphasis on spread of Buddhism, paper and gunpowder, power of connectivity, diverse cultures can. And done. This is what I'm supposed to do in my retail lecture. Now, guys, think about it. When I spoke out this answer, did my answer really make any sense? Absolutely not. I did not connect any phrases. I did not try to make any sense out of it, but I'm still going to get a perfect response. And that is purely because of my fluency, because I was fluent. I was taking relevant pauses. Wherever I saw a comma, I took a pause. Wherever I saw a full stop, as in I completed a sentence, I took a pause. And I also made sure that my speed was consistent throughout. That's the main thing. I wasn't rushing through my content and speaking slow on my template or the other way around. My speed was consistent throughout. Pronunciation, all my words sounded very clear. Computer will be able to understand every single word that I've spoken and will be giving me a full score for my pronunciation. And content, yes, even if my answer is flagged and picked by a human being and a human is checking my answer, they are not going to deduct any scores at all for this response because I did not create any content from my side. Whatever I spoke, it was exactly given in the audio. My all phrases were from the audio itself. All were phrases, not even a single keyword. Every single phrase was 3 words. I made sure I have enough content. I made sure I had phrases and not the actual keywords itself. And I made sure my answer actually sounded real, like it was a genuine response. I wasn't really speaking all template and bare minimum content, but it's a mix of both. I have got template, but at the same time, I also have got relevant content. Mix of that is going to give me a perfect score. The way I have got a perfect 19 in my exam, the way Mohit has got perfect 19 in his exam, and the way so many of our students are getting their 79 pluses, 90 each. Every single day we're getting so many 79 each, like we can't even count right now. And they are using the exact same method that I have shared over here for them to get a perfect response. So yes, changes have happened. I agree with that, but it's still not that challenging if you follow the exact way. That is why from the very beginning, even before the changes, we have been saying to every single person out there that please make sure you're taking phrases, not just the keywords. If you were doing that, there is going to be a bit of a change for you guys that you have to now shift to taking phrases. But if you were someone who were already taking phrases, good news, you do not have to change so much. Yes, we have to increase the number of phrases, but at the same time, there's not much change. The same template is being used, same phrases are being used, same way of delivering the content is being used, and you can still get a perfect 90. Absolutely, you can. So guys, this is what I wanted to share in this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments down below and me and Mohit will reply to all of you as quickly as possible. If you need online coaching from us, feel free to get in touch with us on Instagram or Facebook. Links are in the description box, or you can search for MNMM PTE NAATI, message us, and we are going to make sure you clear these exams in your very first attempt. Guys, all the best if you have got your exams coming soon. Stay safe wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next video.